Hey, what's going on, my gilded brethren? Today I'm bringing you this tutorial on this album cover here, entitled Thank God. But really it's just I saw an album cover that used some similar paintings that I thought was interesting, and I wanted to bring it to you all just because the ability to bring simple works of art to life like this. I feel like this is just a crazy looking photo. Thank God. It's actually a painting from Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel painting. One of the scenes where God is creating Adam, giving him life, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it was just, I was just experimenting, and this is what I came up with, and this is what I'm going to be showing you all today. And I'm going to open up this file, but you can pick whatever you like, if you even want to recreate it, you just want to learn the effects. But I'm about to open up this file. I have the links to everything, the fonts, the optical flares, and just the links to everything, font, optical flares, and this picture in the background in the description. So I'm going to start by creating a new document, 1435 by 1435, and I'm gonna open up. Also, I'm gonna place the picture I use. Let me find the picture in here. Find where it's at. Got a ton of stuff on here, man. Alright, here it goes. Now, if you notice, the picture is very small, but really it's extremely, man, it is huge. So I'm just gonna start by resizing this proportionately, and you do that by, let me undo that. Go into the corner and hold Shift, and it will scale proportionately. Man, this picture is huge. All right, we're almost there. I think that does it. And this is about the same position as the album cover I have created. Alrighty, and what I want to start by doing, whenever you place something, it's gonna be a smart object, or what is this? Let's see. Yeah, it's a smart object. Whenever you place an object, it's gonna be instantly just converted to a smart object. So what I'm gonna do is right click on that and raster the layer so I can edit it. And before I do anything, I'm gonna duplicate the layer, and I'm gonna mess with the blending properties. And see, when you overlay a picture with the same picture but fiddle with the blending properties, it adds just, I would consider that dramatic compared to, just normal. But that's dramatic look, or whatever you want to do. It's just adding another level to it. A little bit of contrast, and I think that's cool. Matter of fact, I'm gonna turn down the opacity just a little bit. Alright, not really a little bit, I went halfway. I'm going to 50%. Alrighty, and now what I want you to do is merge these layers and create a new layer. And right now I'm gonna create an outline. Basically a border. I'm about to create a border, add a little bit more contrast to the picture. What I do when I create borders, I put with the marquee tool, the rectangular marquee tool selected, I put the little what do you call this? The little reticles on each corner. And then I left click and I drag to the bottom corner, and I do the same thing in that corner. I make sure the reticles are touching each corner or each edge, and there we go. and then I right click and select inverse, and then I want you to right click one more time and go to feather. Yep, and feathering 50% is cool. Feather 50%, that's cool. And what that does, it when you let me show you. I'm just going to show you. So I'm going to undo the feather, and I'm going to show you this border. This is going to be a very uniform border. Let me show you. Uniform border. I'm going to hit Control D to deselect. You see that? That's very uniform. Tight edges, straight edges. But I'm going to click undo, deselect, and get that paint out of there. And what I'm going to do now is the same thing. Right click with the marquee tool selected. Right click and feather. And I'm going to feather 50% radius. And what it does is it just allows for a more gradient like border, not a uniform, straight edge border. See that? And that's cool right there. I'm going to hit Control D to deselect that. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back into the blending options, and I'm going to mess with these blending options on this border. Add another layer of contrast to this picture. See that? It just highlights the edges, keeps the inside dark. And if I was to duplicate this layer, it would be even more pronounced. Okay, not really with the lighting. I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to continue to mess with these. And that's the one I want right here. You see that? The edges are kind of tarnished. It gets a little bit darker. More contrast within the picture. I'm going to duplicate this layer to make it even more pronounced. And it's looking even more aged. Like it was sitting in water on the edges or something like that. But I'm going to turn the opacity down on this just a little bit. I don't want everybody to be focusing on the edges when they look at this. And what I want you to do now is hold shift and click these two layers, the border layers, and I want you to merge those. If you notice, when I merged, the blending option went back. It went back to normal. Don't fret. All you have to do is, once you merge them, take it back to overlay, and there you go. Same effect as before. And now I am going to the font I'm using is Faith Collapsing. I'm gonna have the link in the description. But the album cover was called Thank God. I hit Control T to modify the text size. Modify that. And my text is, I'm gonna make it white. End result will end in white. Alrighty, there we go. And what I want you to do now is duplicate the layer. Duplicate the layer. And now with this bottom layer selected, not the copy, the layer under the copy, I want you to come up here to filter. I want you to go to blur, radial blur. It's going to ask you to rasterize the type. Just hit OK. And then I want you to take the amount of the radial blur to 100 and not spin, but I want you to put it on zoom and set it to best quality. And depending on how you this is all you just freestyle this part, but I'm gonna make sure let me show you how this looks, the radial blur. Man, you can barely see it. Alrighty, there we go. I had to reference the other album cover. I just remembered something. I'm gonna add a new layer here, And what I want you to do is fill that layer with black. Hey, just watch me. Just learn real quick. And with this layer, what we're going to do is we're just going to take the opacity down. Yeah, take it down to like that. Yeah, right there should be cool. See, we're gonna have to double up on the blur layer though. So just watch this. The blur layer is really the light layer. Just that's the radial blur effect I was talking about. And with all of the layers selected, I want you to click on the top, the text layer, and then click on the bottom, the shine layer. That's what we're gonna call this. I want you to hit Control T, and that's gonna bring this up. I want you to enlarge that. Hit Enter, and now we're gonna clean this up a little bit. Select the radial blur layers, and I want you to merge them. Now grab the eraser tool, and I have mine set to a soft eraser, opacity 84%, just because I don't want anything to look just like a sharp, he cut it off edge. I want everything to look natural or just blend into the background, so the people looking at it won't even notice what I've done. Clean this up a little bit. Alrighty, and that's that. You just select these. I'm gonna move this down a little bit. Arrow tool is selected. Move it down a little bit. And there, that's that. I'm gonna turn this opacity down a little bit more too. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm gonna keep it right there. And alrighty, now for this part, the optical flare part. I'm gonna have the downloads for these in the description. So what you do is you go download it, and then whoops, went to the wrong thing. Once you locate where you find it, go to the place, and wherever you have it at, you go find it, and then really you can choose whichever optical flare you want to use. But for this one, I used this pink one right here. Oh, whoops. Control T. And if you hold shift, it will turn it at 15-degree angle, so you can get a perfect 90-degree angle. And with this, what you do is you go over here to blending options and go to the screen. Screen will remove the entire black. Anything black on this picture will be removed. See that? Removed. And I placed it right here, right before, right on his, this is supposed to be God on the right side. This is Adam over here, butt naked, no clothes on. But yeah, that's how I did the optical flare. I have to add another one because I actually stacked it. But I want you to rasterize the layer and grab the erase tool, and there will be, it's like it says PSD toots or something right here. Just get that out of there because it's white and it doesn't get removed with just messing with the blending option. I'm gonna go up here and grab the other one. What I did was I used the white one first, and then I placed the red one first, and I placed the white one on top of it. Hold shift, get perfect 90-degree angle. Hit OK. Go to screen. Now I gotta stack those up together. Wham, wham, bam. There we go. And what I want you to do now is grab the eraser again rasterize this layer, and there we go. And now I want you to combine, no, with these two layers. Select it, hit Control T. I want you to make the flare a little too smaller. There we go. And if you duplicate them, you know it'll bring out the flare even more. And now I'm about to merge these layers. Merge these layers. Whoops. What did I tell you? Don't fret. Don't fret. What do you do? Go over here and go to screen. There you go. And I'm going to turn the opacity down a little bit. Just a little tiny bit. Just so the onlookers can see his finger. And if you notice, it's still a little bit of the PSD toots up there, but it's okay. It's okay. It's no big deal. Alrighty. And now what I want to do, I'm going to place my logo on here. It's just a little, find my logo real quick. Doo-doot. And as you notice, it's under, it lies under the light beams from the God. So see, if it was over the light beams, it would look like that, but it's under the light beams. See, the holy light shines over my logo. That's crazy, right? And I'm gonna place one more thing. Where is it? It's alright, it's in here. The parental advisory, explicit lyrics. And I'm gonna have links to all of this stuff in the description, so don't worry. I want to show you something about this parental advisory little tool, little box. You see how the blacks don't match up? Like it's more of a grayish black, charcoal black. It's not a pitch black. What you do is you duplicate the layer, the parental advisory layer, and on the top layer go to multiply. Look at that. It's a lot more crisp now. It's like a pair of black and white J's, but just the blacks are more in tune now. It's darker than that, but beforehand it looked ashy, and this black was a lot darker, a lot deeper than this one. So just for future reference with other album covers or whatever, you can just duplicate it and mess with the blending option and set it to multiply if you want to darken the parental advisory label. Turn those back on, and I'm gonna add what I'm gonna add to it. Oh yeah, Gilded App 5. Gilded App 5 is the artist. I'm gonna shrink it down. Gilded App 5, and I'm gonna add over here DJ GA5. He put this stuff together. The DJ did. That's my DJ. But nah, here we go. And what I want you to do now is select both layers. Hold down Shift to select both layers. Shift click, select both of them, rasterize them, and then merge them. Oh, whoops, before we do all that, I'm sorry about that. Hold on, step back. While they're still in their editable forms, I want you to change the color to white on both types. Well, really, it doesn't really matter. I'm just showing you something in the steps I took. So if you want to change them to white, you can. But if not, you have artistic freedom in that area. I'm going to rasterize these two and merge them. And I'm going to go back up here to filter. Hold on, matter of fact, let me reference the other one. Okay, cool. Had to reference the other one really quick. Go up here to filter. Nope. Duplicate the layer. Select the first layer. Radial blur it. Where is it? Radial blur. I wish they would let you preview the radial blur, really, because you're gambling. Every time you use radial blur, it's like a gamble, because you might get it wrong, you might get it right, you never know. That do its thing. You can barely see it. I'm gonna lower these a little bit. Really, I gotta delete them because they were too high and the beams got cut off. So I'm gonna duplicate that layer again, and I'm gonna move these down to accomplish this effect. And with the first one selected, first layer selected, go back to filter, blur, radial blur. See where we need to position these at. And let's position it right there. Hit OK. Alright, and just like we did with the first one, we're gonna have to duplicate the layers a couple times. Alrighty, that's cool. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna combine these three layers. I'm gonna merge them. And I'm gonna grab my eraser tool. And I'm gonna erase. I'm gonna erase all this behind them, because the beams in front of them is what is supposed to be catching the eye of the audience right now. We'll move that up. Select this right here. Oh, it's not over yet. Not done yet. Alrighty. Whoops. To add a little bit more to this effect, I want you to make everything glow. I want you to add outer glow to everything, just to make it look more angelic. You know, artistic freedom is in your hands, but this is how I'm gonna do it. Turn these, make the glows white, and there you have it. Thank God the album. Hey, thank you all for watching. I would love to see your work. If whatever you create, if I help you create an album cover, I would like to see it, just to see how good I'm doing and how good you're doing. But hey, thank you all for watching. Subscribe, friends. If you don't have Photoshop CS6, it'll be a discounted price link in the description, but I'll have the links to everything I used today in the description. Don't worry about that. Everything you need will be right at your disposal. But hey, thank you all for watching, and have a happy YouTubing day. Take care.